Good afternoon, High Button sports fans. Welcome inside the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center for this afternoon's matchup between the visiting Martello Buccaneers and your home team, Cape Breton Jets, in U16AAA Major Hockey action. Jets control off the opening face-off. Breton tries to chip it in deep. Jets get it out just enough. The Martello Buccaneers have to tag up. Here they come again. Breton. Shot. Lovat with the save. Your starting goaltenders tonight for your Cape Breton Jets. Daniel Lovat coming in with a 1-2 record and a .881 save percentage. And for the Martello Buccaneers, it's Brennan Fitzgerald getting the call between the pipes. 1-1 record. .891 save percentage. Jets try to control off the draw. Bailey throws it right back in for the Bucks. Stretch pass misses, and it'll go all the way down for icing. Face-off come right back down into the Jets' territory. Ben Guthrow in to take the draw against Mason Harlow, and the Bucks control off the face-off. Shot from the point doesn't get through. Bailey pinches in off the blue line, keeps the play alive for the Bucks. Now in front, McClellan just wide of the net there. Guthrow overskates the puck, but Jets able to clear the zone, and the Buccaneers now turn it back. Stevens chips it ahead. Guthrow chips it in. Crawley gives chase. Bailey now. Bailey. Lead pass doesn't connect. Icing is waved off. Swung around back. Morrison out front. Blocked shot there in front by Malik Stevens. Buccaneers still in control now. Throwing back down. Deflects into the corner. Parker Lee chips that puck out all the way down the ice. Cohen Dodge back to get it. Ahead for Kraus. Kraus hits to the red line and dumps it in deep. Circling back to get it there now. Now Smith McNeil tries a chip play off the boards, taken away by Ballon. Prim shot. Lovat turns that aside. Mumbercat. Spin move. Can't evade Cash and Morrison. Now the Jets again chip it out and get it there. Smith McNeil giving pursuit. Puck won there by Castlebonan. Pemberton throws it right back in on net. Fitzgerald, little sloppy play in front of him, so he'll just grab that up and take the whistle. Buccaneers coming into play here today, 3-2 records. Winning their first 3 games of the season before going into a little bit of a 2-game slide here. Looking to right side the ship, if you would. Going up against the Cape Breton Jets team who come into today's action with a 2-4 record. Dropped 2 games last weekend against the Eastern Dukes, team they beat here in Cape Breton just a couple weekends ago. Home ice advantage, everything in their series so far with the Eastern Dukes in this very young season. Now the Bucks try to play it out front, but it's turned aside and it's flipped up and out of play. Face-off coming inside the Jet zone. Butters wins the draw for the Jets. Rimmed around the boards. Now, chipped out, here's Francis. One-on-one, waiting for some help. The help comes in the form of McDonald. However, it's turned aside into the corner. Bucks lead pass. They get to the blue line. Chip play into the corner, and first on it now. Probert's shot doesn't get through. Rimmed around. LaRose keeps it in up top. Mumbercat watched closely there by Francis McDonald. Now the Jets. Francis. Cross ice feed for Simmons. He'll chip it past Curtin. Icing waved off. Curtin circles behind his net. He's watched closely there. Gwen Timmons gets over the blue line, but a good back check there by Colton Jajor. Separates man from puck. Out in front it goes. Dangerous spot. Levatt, he can't find it now. He finds it underneath a pile in front of him. Good pressure here to start for the Buccaneers. Logan Mahoney in to take the draw against Matt Phillips. Buccaneers control. Up top now for Myra. Myra steps around Coda Lewis. His shot off the shin pad of Pemberton into the corner. Bucks still in control now. Belen. His shot doesn't get through. It goes off of Logan Mahoney. He's going to go to the bench in a little bit of discomfort. But Colton Jador now chips it out. Buccaneers have to retreat. Myra, he's stepped up there by Phillips. And it's rimmed around once again. Mahone, Jador trying to finish his check. Good read there by LeBlanc. Harlow reverses play. Good stick in the middle there by Pemberton. Breaks up that breakout pass. Harlow chips it in behind. Levatt comes out to play it. Rims it around for Coda Lewis. Lewis watched closely there, but he gets a second crack at it. But the Jets are pushed back once again. LeBlanc, D-to-D pass for Pemberton. Up the wall for Lee. That's picked off right there now. Harlow picks up the misfeed there. Cross ice now for Morrison. And now Ben Guthrow will try to get it out. Puck will get over the blue line, so the Buccaneers do have to touch up. Bailey. His cross ice pass broken up there by Lee. But the Buccaneers win it back, and they'll throw it in deep once again. Jets getting hemmed into their own zone early here. Krause rims it around, but Parker Lee is there to keep the play alive for the Jets. Now, jumping in off the line there is Colin McDonald. Not able to get there, so Krause brings it up the ice now for the Buccaneers. His shot, Levatt turns that aside. Dodge rims it around back, and Krause is the first one on it for the Buccaneers. He'll start a cycle as he throws it back down into the corner. Played up top, but Lee picks that off. Tries to find Hudson Crawley crawling through the middle. Unable to do so now. Buccaneers come away with it. It's Pridham. Pridham keeps. Levatt turns that aside again. 8-0 shots on goal right now in favor of the Buccaneers as they have carried the play early in this one. Out to the top there is Roach. Good forecheck here by the Jets, able to turn it back, but it's good defensive layers in their own zone. Now Kraus, he can't get to the puck first, and it goes all the way down. Now McDonald winds it up in his own zone. Gets to the red line. Smith McNeil tries to chip it in deep. Instead, it lands on the stick of the Buccaneers. Bailey weaves through the neutral zone. It's tied up at the blue line with his own teammate who pushes him off sides. And the face-off will come just outside the zone. Seth Black in to take the draw now for the Jets. But the Buccaneers come away with it. One back to Curtin. Cross ice feed there for Dodge. Mumbercat. Quick button hook. Mumbercat's got some space. His shot, Levat. Sees that all the way. Makes the easy glove save. And he will take a face off in the defensive zone. Quick transition here from the Martello Buccaneers. They can really quickly turn turnovers into grade A offensive opportunities. Mumbercat wins the draw once again for the Buccaneers. Thrown down into the corner now. They work it again deep into the corner. Jets trying to get control. Stripped of the puck right there was Pemberton. Shot, Levat. Gets a pad on it. Rebound falls in front of him. And he is able to grab it and get another face-off. .11:09 to go here in the first period. A period so far that's been dominated play by the Martello Bucks. Draw one back once again by the Buccaneers. Thrown down low. Myra. His shot doesn't get through. It's tipped aside by LeBlanc. Now Pemberton off the glass and out. This will go the full length. Icing will be the call. Jets still looking to register their first shot on goal in this one. But an offensive zone draw now for the Buccaneers, and Logan Mahoney will be in to take it against Colton Butters. Jets win the face-off. Still get hemmed into their own zone. Bellan comes off the blue line, but now it's Simmons for the Jets. Good gap control there by Myra. He's able to break that play up. Here come the Buccaneers once again. Watched closely there by Pemberton, who wins that puck battle now. Locked in behind, heavy hit coming in there from Butters. And the referees have seen enough, and we'll have our first penalty call of the game. It will be Colton Butters going off for the slash. Buccaneers get their first opportunity on the power play here this afternoon. They win the draw. Now it's played over once again. Shot. Levat turns out aside into the corner. Unable to clear the zone. Puck bounced on the blue line, but they kept the play alive. Up top now, Myra. Looking for his options. Thrown out front. McClellan can't get a hold of it. Circling back. Shot. And they score. Buccaneers power play strikes to take the 1-0 lead. And it's going to be Mason Harlow with the power play goal. A great cross ice feed. Doesn't waste any time with the one-timer. beats it under the pad of Daniel Lavat. Chipped in on goal. Lavat covers that up. And we'll get another offensive zone draw for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers have really controlled the pace of play here in this one. Jets gonna ice the puck once again. So the face-off come right back down into their zone. Scramble draw. Jets do come away with it. Jador gets to the red line. Takes a shot. Fitzgerald grabs that out of the air. And that will be the first registered shot on goal for the Cape Breton Jets in this game. 12-1, they're being outshot currently by the Buccaneers. Buccaneers have scored on their power play opportunity earlier in this period and lead 1-0. Ben Guthrow in to take the draw now for the Jets. Played along the boards. Hudson Crawley keeps the play alive. Thrown down low. Stevens comes in off the boards, but it's Probert coming away with it. He pulls up looking for some help. Cross ice feed. Hits a couple sticks now. The Buccaneers control once again. Bad angle shot. Lavat turns that aside. Good defensive layers from the Buccaneers in this one. Here they come again. It's Mumbercat. His shot. Lavat with the save. Rebound turned aside. Probert now. Another penalty upcoming. It's going to go against the Jets once again. Head contact will be the call. It will be Malik Stevens going off. So just like that, the Martello Buccaneers go back to the power play. 1 for 1 on the night. Luke Mumbercat in to take the draw. Up top, they win it. Belen. Probert now. Throws it down low in front. Mumbercat can't keep a handle on it. Gives the Jets penalty killers an opportunity to disrupt the play. Bailey now. Top for Belen. His shot. Lavat turns that into the corner, but the Buccaneers control it once again. Bobbled at the blue line. The Jets able to clear the zone. Buccaneers now have the tag up. Probert for Belen. For Mumbercat. Here's Probert once again. Jonathan Probert leaves it there for Sullivan, but it ends up back into the corner. Probert once again all over the ice on this power play. Cross ice seam pass doesn't land. Jets clear the zone. 1 minute to go now in the power play. Here come the Buccaneers. Once again, it's Harlow, the goal scorer for the Buccaneers. Stops up. Harlow with it once again. Plays it up top now for Myra. Goes across, but it's Colin McDonald there for the Jets. Able to clear it out, but not all the way out. Puck in the corner now. Black rims it around. Harlow's there to keep the play alive once again. Now Myra and Harlow play catch on the half wall. Roach, he's trying to get free to take a shot, not able to do so, and the Jets will finally clear the zone. 5 seconds to go in the man advantage. Team's now back to even strength. Shot, scores! Left on a tee there for Roach, who walks on it. And Daniel Lavat didn't have much he could do on that one, as that beats him cleanly under the glove. And the Buccaneers strike again and have opened up a 2-0 lead. LeBlanc. His puck goes off the linesman. Linesman not expecting it. He's having a few laughs down there with his buddies. He's all good. Bucks. Rimming around. Pemberton, the first one on it there for the Jets, not able to get it out. Puck battle along the wall. Bucks trying to get it free, and they do. However, it lands on the stick of Simmons. He takes a shot. Gobbled up by Fitzgerald. No rebound, but will take the face off. .5:31 to go in the first period. Buccaneers holding on to a 2-0 lead, But an offensive zone draw now for the Jets. Bucks win that. Try to play out the wall. It's broken up by Coda Lewis in reverse. Chipped out now, not far enough for the icing. Black back to get it. Not able to get it out. It's broken up by Roach. He shoots and scores. Second of the period for Roach. And the Buccaneers strike once again. Lachlan Roach with his second of the period. And just like that, the Jets have called a timeout, as the Martello Buccaneers have come into member 2 and have put a statement on this game in the first period. 17-3 is the shots on goal. 3-0 is the score. The Buccaneers mean business here today. Roach coming into this game, 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 points in 5 games. Well, he's got 2 more to add to it. 6 goals now on the year for Lachlan Roach. Jets looking to regroup now. Kraus ahead for Myra. Hill rimming around. Lavat out to play it. Leaves it there for Crawley. Can't get it out. Bellan shot. Lavat finds that through a crowd. Personnel change here for the Buccaneers. Draw one once again by the Bucks. Bailey throws it down low for Mumbercat. Good pinch there by Bailey. However, Crawley comes away with it. Head pass for Parker Lee, back for Crawley. Good stick in the lane there. Bucks able to clear the zone. Colin McDonald. Lead pass for Guthrow. He takes a heavy hit there by Bailey. Penalty upcoming. Shot just wide by McDonald. Power play opportunity coming up now for the Cape Breton Jets. As Cameron Bailey will go to the box for boarding. Opportunity here for the Jets to crawl back into this one. Power play has actually been a very strong point for this team. 23%, good for third in the league. Up against a penalty killing unit. Operating at 81%, good for 10th in the league. But it's the Buccaneers controlling once again. Pridham trying to kill the clock down in the corner. Jets come away with it. Phillips muscles his way through the zone. Phillips shot on goal. Ends up back on the stick of Coda Lewis. Cross ice pass ends up tipped out of the zone. So Crawley has to regroup. Lee works it down the half wall. Played back up top now for Lewis. Down for Lee. His cross ice feed. Good stick in the lane there by Pridham. Buccaneers clear the zone. Coda Lewis back to get it. Watched very, very closely. Phillips. Reverse play for Lewis. Phillips and Lewis will switch up now. Guthrow skates onto it. Got to get around Myra first. Myra impedes his path to the puck, but the Jets still control now. 5 seconds to go in the man advantage. And an errant pass ends up back into the neutral zone. Teams back now to even strength. 2 minutes to go in the first period of play here in Member 2. Played ahead, McClellan jumps over his stick, but now he's got Mahoney in front. Mahoney just fans on that pass. Mahoney still with it now. His shot just goes wide. Pemberton tries to play it ahead for Ward, doesn't connect, goes the length of the ice. Icing will be the call. Face off coming back down into the Jet zone. Logan Mahoney wins another draw for the Buccaneers. Played up top, Bailey. He's able to keep that play in, but LeBlanc recovers it, chips it ahead now for Ward. 2-on-2, Ward shot. That goes wide. That puck plays down into Lavat's territory. And he will cover up. 1:11 to go in the first period that has been dominated by the Martello Buccaneers. Oh, Jets control off the draw. Black tries to play it through, not able to do so. Now it's chipped out. Simmons skates onto it. 2-on-1 developing. A bobble at the blue line, and the Jets go offside. Tough period for the Jets, trying to get anything going offensively. Some smothering defensive play by the Martello Buccaneers here as they played a textbook first period here on the road in Cape Breton. Here they come again. It's Kraus. Shot blocked by the shin pads of Black. Jets turn it up ice. Simmons can't step around his man, and they will go offside once again. $18 seconds to go in the periods. Jets control off the draw. Crawley leaves it there for Lee. Knocked off his stick. Rimmed around. Stevens pinches in off the line. Goes back out into the neutral zone. 3 seconds to go. Crawley watched very closely there by Roach. Throw it out in front. And that will do it after 20 minutes of play here in Member 2. The Martello Buccaneers have opened up a 3-0 lead on the home team, Cape Breton Jets. We will be back with second period action after this brief intermission.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
Welcome back for second period action between the Martello Buccaneers and the Cape Breton Jets. After 20 minutes of play, the Buccaneers lead the Jets by a score of 3-0 in a dominant first period from the Bucs. Jets controlling off the draw. Down low, Phillips in a battle with it. Thrown out front, broken up there by Mahoney. He tries to play it up. Phillips breaks that up. Jador. Into the corner it goes. Puck comes free out front. It is. Lewis can't get the handle on it. And Mumbercat. Sorry, not Mumbercat. Bucks get it in deep. Phillips turns around and Lewis gets it out of the zone, but good layers there by the Buccaneers, able to throw that back in. Lewis dumps it in. Buccaneers. Harlow winds up. Gains speed through the neutral zone. Bumps into his own player, which knocks him offside. Face-off coming just outside the Jets zone. Guthrow in to take the draw against Harlow. Jets get the draw now. Crawley chips it in from the red line. Bailey turns around. Harlow will try again. Rubbed off the puck there, but here they come once again. McClellan with the shot. Lovat with the save. Rimmed around now. Lee plays it ahead for Guthrow. McDonald can't get the handle on it. McClellan breaks that play up. Trips it to himself. Ends up back there now for Curtin. Thrown back in by the Bucs. McClellan. Rimmed back around. Top now Curtin. Chips that in low. And behind the net it goes. Jets able to get it out. We'll go the length of the ice, and icing will be the call. Face-off coming back inside the Jet zone to the left of Lovat. Ben Guthrow in to take the draw now against Lachlan Roach. Roach with a couple goals in that first period. Puck squirts out in the middle of the ice. Roach is back there to regain control. Watched closely by Guthrow, but Dodge plays that ahead. Here come the Buccaneers once again. Shot. Lovat turns that aside into the corner. Now, Buccaneers control it once again. Kraus with it down low. Plays it back up top for Dodge. Back down the half wall for Kraus. His cross ice pass broken up by Hudson Crawley. Crawley with a breakaway. All alone. Shot up and over the glass. Good chance there for Hudson Crawley, as he was now a 2-on-1 the other way for the Bucs. Kraus for Pridham. Saved by Lovat. Lachlan Roach picks it up once again. Throws it out front. On to the gear of Lovat once again. Buccaneers so quick in transition to create offensive chances. The line of Pridham, Roach have been all over the ice here this afternoon. Myra rims it back around. Probert is on it there for the Buccaneers. Back up top for Myra. Has a look. His shot gets through. Rebound. Lovat still with it, as the puck Squirts out front, but Daniel Lovat, 23 shots faced in this game. He has been good, even though the score reads 3-0 Buccaneers. Lovat has been good for the Jets. Buccaneers controlling once again, as they are hard on the forecheck and they are hard on the back check. Here they come now. Probert over the line. Knocked off his stick into the corner, but he's still on it now. Pulls up, plays it back down into the corner. Up top, kept alive there by Myra. Dodge pinches in off the blue line to chip that puck back down low and behind the net. But McDonald is there to clear it out. Back for Dodge. His lead pass is broken up. And Stevens watched closely there. Jets try it once again. Butters tries to wind up in his own zone, but he's pushed back by the Buccaneers forecheck. Leaves it there for Simmons. He'll give it a shot. Gets to the red line. Still with it. He's trying to step around Dodge. Dodge does a great job keeping on that puck, getting it ahead. But now Francis plays it down for Simmons. And the Buccaneers will clear the zone. LeBlanc back to retrieve it for the Jets. Saucer pass over for Francis. Broken up there by Quinn Timothy. Broken up there now by Morrison. Three on two developing the other way for the Buccaneers. Good back check there by the Jets. Myra's shot blocked, ends up over on the half wall. Morrison is there for the Jets. Chips out ahead for Francis. Francis can't control it. Now Myra. He'll play that up. Thrown out front. Jets having a hard time getting out of their own zone right now. Played back down low. McClellan throws it out front. Lovat. He'll cover that up. $13:25 to go here in the second period. Buccaneers win another offensive zone draw. Curtin plays that down low. Try to get onto the inside, but it's broken up. Now Colton Jador. Jador with a step. Good back check once again by the Buccaneers. And the puck will float on to Fitzgerald, and he'll cover up for the faceoff. Face-off coming up to the right of Fitzgerald. Draw one by the Buccaneers, not able to get it out. In behind Jador, gives chase, trying to get that puck free. Phillips keeps that alive. Two on two now. Broken up, thrown back down into the Jet zone. Black throws that up the middle. Bailey stops that for the Bucks. Touch pass there. Harlow skates onto it. Harlow finds Morrison. And the Buccaneers unable to convert. Coda Lewis. Played down by McClellan and thrown back in, and the Buccaneers go right back onto the forecheck. Jador. He can't get it up and out. Roach was there to break that play up. Kraus. Down low for Roach. Out in front, Jador breaks that play up. Jador has been out there for a very long shift. Phillips almost sprung free, but it's a great stick in the middle of the ice there by Belen. Kraus winds it up. Head for Pridham. Now for Roach. Shot. Save. Levat. Still free in front. Levat finally finds the puck, and he will cover up. Another offensive zone draw for the Buccaneers, but this one is won by the Cape Breton Jets. Turn back now, McDonald tries to shake it off, but here is Sullivan for the Buccaneers. Relentless forecheck here from the Buccaneers, causing all sorts of problems for the Cape Breton Jets in their own zone. Puck battle along the wall, referee trying to get them to move it, and they do. On the wall now is Probert. In front for Mumbercat. He loses it in his skates. Parker Lee able to get that out of the zone, but again, the Buccaneers come right back down. It's Sullivan. He's watched closely, but Myra keeps that play alive at the blue line. Guthrow throws it in front. Bodies all over the ice now as the physicality is starting to pick up between these two teams. Mumbercat checks up, loses the handle on that. Sullivan shot. Levat can't squeeze the handle on it. And Ben Sullivan is going to squeak that one in. And the Buccaneers have opened up a 4-0 lead on the Cape Breton Jets. Levat thought he had the arm squeezed just enough. But it slides on in. Here they come again. Fitzgerald, his shot. First dangerous shot Fitzgerald has faced today, coming off the stick of Isaac Ward. Ward in to take this face off. Jets win the draw. Smith McNeil watched very closely there by the Buccaneers, and Buccaneers do control, and they will chip it out. Won't be enough for icing. Another offensive zone draw coming up here for the Buccaneers. They've been very good in the face-off circle here this afternoon, but that one there is a clean win for the Jets. Pemberton. He can't get it out now. Stepping in and around is Curtin. Tries to find Mahoney, but Mahoney gets it lost in his skates. Dodge does a great job there, keeping that puck alive in the offensive zone. Shot through traffic. Levat stops that, and there is no rebound. .908 to go here in the second period. Buccaneers in full control of this one so far. Another face-off win now, McClellan. Tries to throw that out front. It's tipped and goes into the corner. Back behind the net, McClellan throws it out front. Jets there to clean house. And now they're able to chip it out. Francis skates onto a loose puck. It's watched closely by Bilan. Thrown out front, Simmons tips that one just wide. Back down low it goes. Morrison trying to close down Bilan, but he's able to circle his way out, throw it up front. Now 2-on-2 developing. Jets defenders converge on Morrison, and that play ends up down in the corner. Rimmed around, Morrison looks for options, finds Francis off his skate down the ice. Myra and Francis in a foot race for it. Icing will be the call. Lachlan Roach in to take the draw for the Buccaneers. Wins it cleanly back to Bailey. His cross-ice pass gets through. Shot, Levatt. Off the blocker, up and out of play. They'll do the draw over again. Lachlan Roach in to take it once more. It's been very good in the face-off circle, and he'll win another one. Back for Kraus. Kraus loses the handle, but it's back there now, Curtin. Curtin walks the line now, brings it down into the corner. Got his head up, plays it up top for Bailey. Bailey, one step ahead on that one. Now Roach plays it into the corner. Tries to stop up. It's knocked off his stick and now jammed up behind the net of Levatt. Thrown out front now. Curtin. Cross ice for Bailey. Bailey will just chip that puck down low. Pemberton. Another icing call coming up against the Cape Breton Jets. Face off to the right of Levatt. Phillips will be thrown out of the face-off circle. Francis McDonald in to take the draw. Jets able to control. Rimmed around for Phillips. Tries a chip play. The Buccaneers control that. Scramble in front. Puck is loose. Levatt. Buccaneers are going to say Levatt didn't have it, but the referee blew his whistle. It'll be another offensive zone draw coming up here for the Buccaneers. Mumbercat wins that. Now tipped back down into the corner. Pemberton back to get it for the Jets. Tries to flip it out. It does get out, so the Buccaneers have to touch up. Pemberton. His cross-ice feed makes its way over for Crawley. He's watched closely there by a couple Buccaneers defenders. And they are able to get it back in out of the zone. Touched on the inside of the zone. Discussion here in the officials as to where the face-off will be. And it will go back to outside the Jet zone. Myra watched closely there by Guthrow. Guthrow causes a turnover, throws it down for Lee. He swings that around for Pemberton. Still on it now in the corner, thrown around the net behind there for Guthrow. Bucks try to chip that out, but it's kept alive at the line by LeBlanc. Shot off the glove of Fitzgerald and in behind the net. Rimmed around now. Back up top for Pemberton. His shot doesn't get through. Gets out of the zone. Now Lee. Pemberton throws it up the middle. Shot. Save Levat. A couple big saves right there on the juicy rebound in the high slot. And the Jets are able to clear it out. Crawley plays that off the glass. Guthrow skates onto it. He and Dodge collide in the corner. Dodge comes away with it. Leaves it there for McClellan. He gets over the blue line. Tries to find Dodge going to the net. Doesn't connect. But here's Dodge again for Morrison. That shot doesn't make its way through. Into the corner it goes. Morrison in behind. Left out there for Harlow. Mason Harlow off the bench through the middle of the ice and the high slot. And he gets the one-time feed from the corner. He makes no mistake. And Harlow has his second of the game. Buccaneers back in the offensive zone once again. Rimmed around back, Curtin. Tries to throw it around. Stevens. Stevens blocks that off. Stevens shot. Fitzgerald blocks that down. Now Curtin flips it into the neutral zone. McClellan skates onto it. Now it's on the stick of Harlow. Curtin rims that around. It's behind for Morrison. Tries to throw it out front, but Ward steers that away. Myra, cross ice feed for Roach. Back down now, it's Roach. In behind the net. Still with it now. Starts a cycle game down low for McClellan. His pass out front is broken up by Ward. Here comes Butters. Smith McNeil reads the pressure, throws it in deep. Myra can't clear it. It's kept in. Now Smith McNeil tries a one-timer. Back for Roach. Rims it around the boards for Pridham. Stopped there by Pemberton. Smith McNeil. On it again down in the corner. Puck battle won there by Pridham. Reverse pass for Balan. Now Myra loses an edge in the corner. Roach comes in. Heavy hit along the boards there on Pemberton. Gets the job done, able to clear the zone. Back out into the Jets territory now. McDonald trying to elude the aggressive forecheck of the Buccaneers. And it's a turnover, and the Bucs gain control again in the offensive zone. Here comes Simmons. In behind the play, a penalty being called. Coincidental minors will be the penalties. McDonald for the Jets. And Pridham for the Bucks. 5-on-5 hockey. Under 2 minutes to go here in this second period. Buccaneers have put a couple more up on the board. Now lead the Cape Breton Jets by a score of 5-0. Francis can't get around his man. And the Buccaneers will start a breakout. Mumbercat pulls up. Finds Bailey's shot. Rips that one just over the crossbar. Curtin saves that there at the blue line. Throws it back down low for Sullivan, who leaves it there for Mumbercat. Back on the stick of Mumbercat as he tries to deke his way through a couple blue shirts. Tip there in front. Lovat finds that and makes the save. .103 to go in the second period. Face off in the offensive zone for the Bucks, and they win the draw. Dodge tries to elude a couple of Jets players. Belen's shot tipped in front. And that is a beautiful tip there by Owen Timothy. On a beautiful shot from the point and an even better tip in front. And the Buccaneers now own a 6-0 lead on the Jets. Mahoney now gets over the Jet line. Leaves it there, Lovat. Squeezes that, no rebound. .24 seconds now left in the periods. Another period that has certainly been dominated by the Martello Buccaneers here in Sydney. Another 3 goals go up on the board. And they now dominate in the shot department as well. 34-6 is what it reads on the scoreboard here. We are down to the final few seconds of the second period. And that will do it here in the second after 40 minutes of play. The Martello Buccaneers have opened up a 6-0 lead on the Cape Breton Jets. We will be back after this short intermission with the third period.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross and Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross and Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross and Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross and Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple.
Welcome back to the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center. As we are getting set to start third period action in this game between the visiting Martello Buccaneers and the hometown Cape Breton Jets. After 40 minutes of play, Buccaneers have opened up a 6-0 lead on the Jets, currently out shooting them 34-6. We get some penalties sorted out, as there was and we are underway here in the third period. Jets rimming around the boards. Icing will be the call. Now Breton and McDonald. Time served. They're out of the penalty box. Face-off coming into the Jet zone. Jets win that. Chipped up for Lee. Lee in a one-on-one battle. Up top, LeBlanc. He throws it down. Myra loses his stick in a battle there with Phillips. But the Bucks control. Stop there at the line. Now Phillips tries to play it out, but Bailey keeps that in. Steps around Phillips. Tries to throw it out front, but the stick of Phillips is there to break that play up. Bailey sticks around in the zone. Puck gets deflected towards the net, and Lovat will go down and cover that up. Now Harlow. Shot, scores. Mason Harlow on the short side. And that's the hat trick for Harlow. And the Buccaneers strike early yet again in the period. 7-0 the score now. Here they come again, and it's Harlow once again. Saved there by Lovat. Jets able to chip it out. Bucks have to regroup. Curtin watched very closely there by Guthrow. But the Bucks retrieve it. Chip it out. Bailey misses it. Roach is there. And he's the first one back to grab that. Up top for McDonald. But it's chipped out. Roach tries to beat Black to that puck. Black able to get that out. But the Buccaneers throw it right back in. Lovat leaves it there for McDonald. Thrown out front, Lovat. Good reactionary save there on Morrison. Roach shot. Lovat with another save. As Lachlan Roach is looking for a hat trick now. And he's getting worked over in front of the net as the temperature is starting to rise here in Sydney. As these two teams don't like each other. And if that wasn't enough, these two teams will meet each other again tomorrow morning here in Member 2. 10 a.m. puck drop. We will have you covered here on High Button Sports. Buccaneers control yet again off the draw. But now the Jets. Francis plays it ahead for Smith McNeil. He'll chip it in and give chase. Belan, first one on it, separates man from puck. Now Kraus. He's watched closely there by Stevens. Played up ahead. Into the zone come the Buccaneers yet again. Kraus throws it out front. No one there. Roach runs Lewis through the boards. Breton. Cross ice feed for Harlow. Shot on net, turned aside by Levatt. Rebound is there. But here comes McDonald now leading the charge for the Jets. Steps around Myra, gets it in down low. In behind the net it goes. Francis now in a puck battle behind the net. Trying to get that puck free. Referees getting them to move the puck. It's almost loose. Now it's under the skates of Coda Lewis. Now it'll squirt out to the other side and it will get out of the zone. Backing the Jets up into their own territory. Now Francis ahead for Smith McNeil. Pops over his stick. And they'll try once again, the Jets, but it's broken up yet again, this time by Bailey. Feeds it over there. Smith McNeil trying to forward progress, not able to get there, so Curtin for the Buccaneers chips it in. Probert tries to throw it out front and it ends up there. Now Smith McNeil chips it to himself. And he's in a foot race now with Curtin. Curtin, good stick check there, able to push that puck down into the corner. Dodge with some time and space. His cross ice pass broken up by Simmons. Thrown out front, Fitzgerald. Big save right there. As it's a offensive push by the Cape Breton Jets. Fitzgerald's best save of the night and hardest save of the night, I'm sure, so far. Rimmed up top now, Colin McDonald. His shot blocked. Down for Ward. Ward now for Simmons. Up top for McDonald, down again for Simmons. Myra breaks that up, but he's not able to clear the zone. Ends up in the glove of Fitzgerald. And we'll get another offensive zone draw for the Jets. Isaac Ward in to take the draw now for Cape Breton. He's able to win that. D-to-D pass gets broken up and Black throws it right back down. Belan. Myra has the circle back, tries a D-to-D pass. Now they'll rim it around and try once again. Chipped out into the neutral zone, the Jets regroup once again. Thrown up the middle of the ice, that's going to miss everybody, and that will go the length of the ice for icing. .14:02 to go here in the third period. Martello Buccaneers with a commanding lead on the Cape Breton Jets. Battle in the corner. McClellan rims it back down low for Harlow, but Stevens is there to break it up for the Jets. Chipped up and off the glass, but kept alive on the blue line there by Curtin. Another battle down in the corner. The Buccaneers come away with it. Just trying to reverse play yet again, and the Jets will once again send it the length of the ice for another icing call. Face-off coming to the right of Lovat. Harlow in to take the draw against Ward. Ward wins that one for the Jets. Rimmed around, and we'll have yet another icing call against the Jets. Ward and Harlow will line up for the draw yet again. Harlow wins this one now for the Bucks. Down to the corner for McClellan. He comes away with it. Gets a stick in the skates. No arms go up. Harlow keeps that alive. Throws it back down and around. McClellan trying to separate McDonald from the puck, and he does. Right front to Harlow. Shot. That's blocked. Jumps out to Bellan. Now Morrison. He'll try. His pass goes through the middle of the ice, but the Buccaneers still in control in the offensive zone. Thrown down low for McClellan out front for Harlow. He fans on that shot. McClellan now. Throws it up top for Dodge. Dodge mishandles the puck at the blue line, and the Buccaneers will have to touch up. Dodge walks in. Waits for some options. Jets now will finally get it out. 3-on-1 if they hurry. A bobbled puck at the blue line puts the Cape Breton Jets off sides. And that's kind of been the way that the game has gone here for the Cape Breton Jets. Not getting any bounces going their way today. Sometimes that's just how the game of hockey falls. Jets win the draw. Icing the call. Passes don't seem to be connecting today for the Cape Breton Jets. As the draw will come back inside the Jets' territory. Lachlan Roach in to take the draw against Matt Phillips. Phillips wins the draw for the Jets. This time it'll be touched by a Buccaneers player, so no icing. Myra first back on it for the Bucks. Played up the wall. Trying to squirt it loose now. It does come free. Back into Bucks territory. Bailey looks for his options. It's thrown up through the middle. LeBlanc not able to keep that one onside. Face off just outside the Buck zone. Crawley loses control, ends up in behind Buck's goal. Played ahead now, Probert. His cross-ice pass is broken up by Jador. Jador, progress impeded as he entered the zone. Now the other way come the Bucks once again. Probert. He can't get to it. Good stick check there by Curtin. Kicked ahead for Probert. Touch pass there for McClellan. Or Sullivan. My apologies. Jador ahead for Crawley. Crawley loses the handle on the puck once again. Belan plays the bank pass there. Now cross ice feed. Here comes Probert. Feathers that one through the skates. Mumbercat can't finish. Mumbercat with it in the slot again. Lovat kicks that aside. Jador. He's met quickly there by Myra. Bucks control once again. Mumbercat has got some space. Heads over the blue line, cuts to the middle of the ice. His shot, Lovat. Swallows that one up, no rebound. And we'll take another offensive zone draw for the Bucks. .9:43 to go here in the third period. And the Jets win the draw. It's back for LeBlanc. But LeBlanc is gobbled up quickly. And the Buccaneers once again create a turnover. Thrown down low. In behind the net now. Now Francis will try and reverse. Chip pass over to Smith McNeil. Lewis gets to the red line and dumps it in. Francis and Myra collide, and the Bucks come away with it once more. LeBlanc trying to shake off Mahoney. This one will also go the length of the ice for another icing call. Face-off back in Jets territory. Another face-off win for the Jets. Chipped out now. Lewis and Smith McNeil. 2-on-1. Lewis in, save Fitzgerald. Dakota Lewis showing some great speed and hands there. Brennan Fitzgerald was with him the whole entire way and shuts him down. Bucks win another face-off. Played up the wall. Try to get through. McDonald breaks that play up now. It's ahead for Smith McNeil. He's in a lone shot. Fitzgerald with another save. Good pressure here from the Jets. Starting to get into a little bit of an offensive rhythm. But the Buccaneers win yet another face-off. Try to reverse it. McDonald, D-to-D pass for Black. Bounces under Francis's stick. Now it's Morrison. His shot goes up and over the net. Black circles his net. Chips it out into the neutral zone, and the Buccaneers have to regroup. But here they come again. Good stick there by Francis. He'll try again, but it's knocked off the stick once more. Now Smith McNeil chips it into himself. Tries to beat his man around wide, but it's knocked off his stick into the corner now. It's Blair Francis. Up top for Malik Stevens. His shot goes wide. McDonald comes in off the line, plays it back down low for Lewis. Lewis up top for McDonald's. Francis tries a one-timer, doesn't connect. Still with it though. Now it's knocked off his stick. McClellan feeds that puck up ahead for Morrison. Lewis, saucer pass ahead for Simmons. He leaves it there. And again, it is into the equipment of Brennan Fitzgerald. And he will hold on for the face-off. 7:03 to go here in the third period. Buccaneers still with a commanding 7-0 lead here on the Jets. 2-on-1 now the other way. Breton tries to throw it across. Roach looking for a rebound. Gets a couple of whacks in at Levat. But Levat has it covered up. Now Roach and Ward into the face-off circle. Ward wins that one for the Jets. Rimmed around. Simmons can't get there, and Myra throws it back down low for the Bucks. Pridham watches McDonald closely. Throws it out front. Hops over the stick of Lachlan Roach. Now the Buccaneers getting set up in their own zone. Pass broken up there. LeBlanc is just going to rifle it right back in. The Bucks will regroup and try another breakout. Simmons with the pressure. But the Buccaneers still with it. Pridham. He can't handle it. Late change at the bench there for the Jets. The Buccaneers are able to get control and throw it in deep. Now Dodge rims that around. Kraus. He's first on it for the Bucks. LeBlanc reverses for Simmons. Roach has it knocked off his stick, but now he's got it once again. Roach, his shot. Up and wide. Roach once again on the back check with it. Throws the shoulder down shot. Levat blockers that into the corner. Rimmed around now, Pemberton. Curtin keeps that alive, throws it in. Thrown out front, nobody home. Curtin, he'll try once again. Levat sliding across. Will grab that puck. 5 minutes to go here in the third period. Draw coming up to the left of Levat. Mumbercat in and wins that draw for the Bucks. But here come the Jets. Butters still on it now. All alone in the corner, battling. Help coming in the form of Parker Lee, but the Buccaneers once again head up ice. Probert throws it up front. Shot, scores. Jonathan Probert with a beautiful feather pass over to Ben Sullivan. And the Buccaneers strike again. Phillips chasing down Myra. Heavy hit there in the corner by Myra on Lee. Lee back up. Here come the Bucks once again. Blown tire in the neutral zone, and it's Myra. Myra stepping around a man. Myra shot. Save Levat. Carter Myra showing some flashes there. Bailey throws it back down low. Broken up there by LeBlanc, but Bailey steps in off the blue line. Guthrow stops that pass. Played back up top now. Thrown back down low. Guthrow will try again, flips it out into the neutral zone, doesn't get past Bailey. Bailey will throw it right back down. Guthrow first one on it yet again. Tries the pass, but Bailey breaks it up one more time. Now Crawley turns up ice. Played out in front, broken up there. Rimmed around the boards. LeBlanc comes in to take away the time and space. Buccaneers chip it by. Here's Mahoney. Mahoney stops up, tries a cross-ice play, broken up there by LeBlanc. Belland. Into the equipment of Jador now. 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Jets just chip it right back down. McClellan, 2-on-2 now. He tries to pass through, but Black breaks that up. Up for Crawley, for Guthrow. Guthrow will dump that in. Dodge back to get it now for the Buccaneers. Now with a head of steam comes Harlow. Crawley doesn't give up on the play. Late penalty call coming up here. Cross-checking will be the call. It's going to be going against Colin McDonald's. And with 1:17 to go in the third period, Buccaneers will go back to the power play. Draw one there by Mumbercat. Probert tries to feather it through the middle of the ice, goes off a stick, back into the neutral zone. Smith McNeil. Toe drag around his man. McNeil in. Fitzgerald with the save. Great effort there by Travis Smith McNeil. Pemberton. Off the glass, not out. Kept in at the line by Bailey. Shot, kick, save by Levat. Puck up and out of play. Great kick save there by Levat. Great individual effort by Travis Smith McNeil. Again, these two teams will meet again tomorrow morning here in Membertou. We will have you covered here on High Button Sports. 10 a.m., these two teams battle again. Lewis with a save there from Fitzgerald, and that will do it here from member 2. The Martello Buccaneers come into Sydney. And Brennan Fitzgerald with a 13-save shutout. And the Buccaneers are back in the win column after a 2-game slide. And just a reminder, these two teams will go at it again tomorrow morning here, 10 o'clock on High Button Sports. We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great night.